They told you women want a nice guy. They fed you lies from the cradle. Be kind, be gentle, be emotional, be vulnerable, and you'll be loved. Absolute nonsense. That's not what women want. That's what society tells you to believe, so you stay soft, safe, and obedient. You were trained like a dog. Sit, roll over, beg for affection. And you wonder why she leaves. You wonder why she sleeps with the man who barely texts her back while you're left on scene after writing her 5 long paragraphs. The truth is brutal. Women are biologically wired to seek strength, not your sensitivity, not your tears, not your constant availability. They want to feel something real, something dominant, something that grabs their soul and makes them feel safe without you ever saying a word. But modern men are being castrated emotionally, mentally, and spiritually by a system that wants you weak. A system that wants you apologizing for your masculinity, suppressing your aggression, hiding your ambition. You've been conditioned to ask for permission, to wait your turn, to tone it down. And every time you do that, every time you shrink yourself to make her comfortable, you kill the very fire that would have made her respect you. You want her loyalty? You want her submission? Then stop being the version of a man this world told you to be and become the version that makes the world take notice. The Matrix has lied to you. It lied through Hollywood, through your teachers, through every sitcom you grew up watching. It taught you to worship women before you built yourself. It made you believe love was something you earned through compliance instead of command through value. They sold you the fairy tale and you bought it like a fool, but that ends now. You don't break free by being louder, you break free by being unbreakable. You stop chasing what was designed to distract you and start becoming what was born to lead. Women aren't your reward. They are a reflection of who you are. And when you become the man who doesn't need their love to feel like a man, that's when they start chasing you. That's when they respect you. Not because you begged, not because you were nice, but because you walked like a king, acted like a general, lived with conviction, and built a life that speaks louder than flowers, dates, or text messages ever could. You break free by remembering this. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be respected. You're here to build a legacy. You're here to become so powerful that society can't control you and no woman can define you. That's the mindset of a G. And once you lock into that, there's no turning back. Stop chasing her. That sentence alone will offend the weak. It'll offend the man who's built his life around the illusion of love, around a woman who left, who ghosted, who stopped texting back, and now he can't sleep without her validation. Good. Let it offend you. Let it sting. Because the truth is, the more you chase her, the further you get from your power. The more you invest in winning her back, the more you lose the war with yourself. She isn't the prize, you are. But only if you become it. Because right now, most of you are not. You're not undeniable. You're not disciplined. You're not dangerous. You're just available. Available to be used. Available to be ignored. Available to be broken again and again. And here's the brutal truth. She didn't leave because you were too much. She left because you weren't enough. Not enough direction, not enough presence, not enough power. And I know that's hard to hear. You were loyal, you were kind, you did everything right. That's what you tell yourself. But doing everything right in a weak frame is still wrong. Women don't leave men they respect. They leave men who worship them. They leave men who get soft, who become predictable, who give up their edge the moment they fall in love. That's what no one tells you. You think love means comfort, but for a man, real love requires constant growth, constant elevation, constant self-mastery. Because the second you stop climbing, she stops looking up to you. And once she stops looking up to you, it's only a matter of time before she looks elsewhere.
You're chasing her like she's oxygen, like your life depends on her texts, her mood swings, her validation. But let me ask you something. How can she respect the man who needs her more than he needs his purpose? How can she admire someone who bends, who begs, who chases? She can't, and she won't.
Because even if she stays, it won't be love. It'll be tolerance, pity, control. You're not meant to chase.
You're meant to lead, command, dominate your time, your mission, your energy, and in doing so, the right woman will follow. Not because you begged, but because your direction was magnetic, because your discipline was intoxicating, because your presence didn't need her, but it made her feel chosen. That's the difference.
You want to win? Stop texting her. Start training. Stop reminiscing. Start building. She left? Good. Use it. Let that betrayal become your blueprint. Let that silence become your soundtrack. Hit the gym like you're sculpting revenge. Hit your grind like it owes you everything she couldn't give. Turn heartbreak into hunger. Turn tears into fuel. Every time she didn't answer, do 10 more reps. Every time she pulled away, push harder into your vision. Not because you're trying to prove something to her, but because you finally realized you were always meant for more than chasing someone who couldn't see your worth. You want her to respect you, become someone she can't ignore. Not by texting twice, not by buying flowers, but by transforming into the version of you that makes her regret ever doubting you. Not to win her back, but to remind yourself of the beast you buried trying to love someone who never saw your depth. This isn't about women, it's about your legacy. It's about creating a life that's so powerful, so undeniable, that the right woman doesn't compete with it. She complements it. She doesn't try to tame you, she builds beside you. Because a woman can only follow a man who's going somewhere. And most of you are stuck, frozen in time, reliving conversations, replaying memories, wondering if she'll ever come back. She won't, and if she does, she'll only stay if she smells power. Not words, not apologies, power. That's what commands respect. That's what creates attraction. You think she wants perfection. She doesn't. She wants presence, purpose. A man who doesn't explain himself. A man who makes decisions without asking permission. A man who doesn't fold, who doesn't flinch, who doesn't chase. And when you become that man, you won't even want her back. You'll be so consumed in your elevation that her absence feels like a blessing. Because the version of you she knew, the soft, chasing, over-explaining version, he's dead. And in his place stands a man forged by pain, hardened by silence, elevated by vision. You were never meant to be soft. You were never meant to be passive, waiting for a woman to decide your worth. You were meant to be sharp, ruthless, strategic, a leader, but society trained that out of you. Told you to be emotionally available, told you to be gentle, told you to lower your voice, your power, your standards, and look where it got you. Ghosted, confused, addicted to someone who wouldn't even cross the street to keep you. That's not love. That's weakness. That's spiritual slavery. And you're better than that, or at least you can be. But it starts today with brutal honesty, with deciding that enough is enough, that no more energy will be given to people who don't match your vision, that your time is sacred, your focus is finite, your purpose is non-negotiable. You stop being the guy who reacts, you become the man who moves with intention. She doesn't text back? Who cares? You're busy building. She posts stories with someone else? Good. Let her go. You're too focused to even watch. Because the man who watches other people will never dominate his own story. You're not here to stalk. You're here to stack. You're not here to chase. You're here to conquer. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them think you're too cold, too focused, too harsh. That's fine, because kings aren't understood. They're remembered. You build in silence. You rise in solitude. You elevate in pain. And one day she'll hear your name in rooms she's not allowed in. One day she'll see you pass by in a car she can't afford, headed to a place she can't reach, surrounded by women who look at you the way she never could, with respect, not infatuation, not manipulation, respect. And that's the currency of real attraction. So let her go. Let the pain shape you. Let the silence teach you. Let the betrayal sharpen you. And become the man who doesn't need to chase because he's too busy creating a world worth submitting to. That's how you date from power. That's how you live like a general. That's how you reclaim your masculinity. You lead, you build, you dominate, and you never let a woman become the reason you forgot who you are. Because when you finally meet the one who's worthy, she won't make you chase. She'll recognize your mission. She'll respect your grind. And she'll walk beside you, not in front of you, not behind you, but beside a man who became untouchable. Because he finally stopped chasing her and started attracting everything he was born to become.